Gibran Twaini was the editor of An-Nahar, a well-known Lebanese daily. He was vocal in his condemnation of Syria's physical and political interference in Lebanon over 3 decades. And in late 2005, he was murdered. Gibran had also been a member of parliament. His vacant seat was taken over by his father, and now his daughter, Nayla, is running as a candidate. Interestingly, for the most open society in the Middle East, Nayla is only one of 12 women running for the 128-seat parliament this year. Nayla's constituency, Beirut District 1, typifies Lebanon's diversity.
There are 2 competing lists, but each list will have 1 Orthodox seat, 1 Catholic seat, 1 Maronite seat, 1 Armenian Orthodox seat, 1 Armenian Catholic seat. That is a division we have. There are independents, but unfortunately the individual candidate does not have enough power as the one who is part of a list. Being part of a list makes you stronger. Unfortunately, now in Lebanon, you cannot run for representing anything but your sect. I run for the Orthodox seat in Ashrafiyeh. Sadly, we are still based on sects. I am a believer and highly respect my sect, but I wish that one day in Lebanon, politics would not be based on sects.
One of the recurring, though unspoken issues in Lebanon is demography. It's a major concern for the Maronite Christians. They fear being outnumbered by their Muslim compatriots and the resulting erosion of their political power in the region.
When Lebanon was created by the French, the Grand Liban, when it was created on the basis of having a very slight majority of Christians.
No national census has been conducted since 1932. But the Christian Lebanese don't need to be told they're being outnumbered. It's all too clear. And in a religiously fragmented country governed by power groupings and coalitions, numbers are crucial to maintaining a voice in parliament.
The
fear of numbers has been there for hundreds of years. Nothing new. Lebanon was created to stop that fear. But when the state collapses, so do the institutions and people's fears increase. Why did we participate in the civil war? Is it our jobs to carry guns? It was because of fear from the one who is attacking me, the one robbing peace and stability from me, and fighting me over my earning, dignity, and many things. The fear is always there. How to treat fear? It is by holding on to this country and its civilized experience, defending it always.
But many of the politicians contesting the elections are determined to defend their own corner rather than the nation as a whole.
I don't believe in our role as compared to our number. And I think our role is much bigger than the number. And whoever is trying to diminish the number, saying it is 28%, thinking that he is diminishing our role, this is wrong. We are basically bigger than this in number and in role, and no one can eliminate us.
Listening to the politicians, it is sometimes difficult to imagine that Lebanon will ever overcome its identity crisis. But some academics predict a more settled future.
Now the situation, I think, is different. Now with education that has spread in the country, most sects have declining fertility. And now the fertility differentials are not that great between sects. And I think it's going to balance out eventually and become almost the same. An educated person has a number of children, no matter what his sect is.
But for now, Lebanon's democracy seems as fragile as ever. It's in the nature of fragmented communities living in the same country to fear for their existence, never more so than in times of conflict, whether military or political. The upcoming election gives focus to such fears.
ما ممكن نتنازل.
We cannot concede power for Hezbollah to take over. We cannot give up our democratic way of life, and we cannot give up on any of our principles.
ما ممكن نتنازل عن هيدي المبادئ.
It's not just history that has dealt Lebanon a bad hand. Geography too. Lebanon, according to some, is a case of the wrong country in the wrong place, yet not entirely beyond hope.
We live in a bad neighborhood. And had we been in Switzerland, Lebanon, I think Lebanon would have been the most prosperous country in the world. But we just happen to be in the Middle East. We have to live as part of this area, and we have to take the good and the bad. But I don't think that the bad is going to be as bad as in the last few decades.